You are live. I hear the intro. Oh, I think they can hear us.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of our Doctor Who review with my lovely and nerdy co-host Xray girl.
Hi.
We're back. We get so excited to talk about this every time. And hello everybody, all you wonderful people in the chat. I love seeing all these names every time they pop up. They make me so happy. Hi everyone. It's so nice to see you guys. And we're talking about episodes 2 and 3 of season 2 with David Tennant. Apparently, sorry, I know you guys heard me talking. Yes, we can hear you.
You're a little confused.
Nick was saying that the computer is like breaking, which sounds terrifying, but there's like little dots popping up on the screen, which is apparently a really bad sign. So that would be Trump Zia 2024. Sorry, that made me laugh.
Just don't go orange, okay?
No self-tanner for me. I have embraced the pale life. That's something that I had to do as a super white from Hawaii. I was like, you know what? I can't tan. But yeah, so yeah, hopefully we'll see how this goes. I hope everything goes good. So it's not the pixels. It's apparently Nick is saying it's not dead pixels. Oh, Tricky in the chat. Okay, I was like, where did that come from? I hope it's just the monitor and not the PC. Nick's shaking his head over there. This is not good. It's all the monitors. Oh, great.
Maybe we need a regeneration of the monitors.
We need a regeneration. Yep. Where's the doctor when we need him with the sonic screwdriver? All right, so enough on technical difficulties. Let's just keep our fingers crossed that this stream is good and everything goes well. And yeah, so we're talking about episodes 2 and 3. I have to get your thoughts, like, overall of episode 2. What did you think?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so episode 2, there's something about that early time that I really like when it comes to having shows built around it. And it was really cool to see the Queen and a little bit of lore, I guess, with the diamond. And
we
see how the reveal in the end. Overall, great episode. Absolutely great. It's not as good as episode 3, but I really liked it.
It was a fun episode. You're right. It wasn't as good as episode 3, but it was a fun episode because it was a really cool. Did we get rated? I feel like I don't want to ignore if we got rated. I don't know if we did.
Raiders.
But if we did, thank you so much. And hello, everyone. I can't tell exactly, but it seems like maybe we did.
Yes. Hello. We got lots of Doctor Who fans, I'm sure, in the chat.
Yay. That makes me happy. Yes, we're going to talk Doctor Who. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I got excited because it was you find out how and why Torchwood was started in the first place, and it was started to keep away the Doctor, and you're like,
which is wild. I would never have thought that is why Torchwood exists, because I mean, it's funny to see how where it goes. Of course, since we know Captain Jack eventually joins Torchwood, and obviously he spent a lot of time with the Doctor. So I don't know if he just doesn't like the Doctor after all of that, or if he still likes him. It's very, I don't know, very crazy. I will definitely have to explore that television show at some point.
Torchwood is a really great show. I think you're really gonna like it. Definitely got to watch it. I'm gonna rewatch it because it's been so long. But yeah, I really like that little reveal. I actually completely forgot about that. It's so fun rewatching this so many years later because I'll be watching and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right. And then I get to another part and I'm like, oh, that's right. This whole thing happened that I had completely forgotten about. And that was one of them. I loved in this episode how they do that's something I love about Doctor Who too. They do such a great job of mixing sort of like horror and fantasy themes mixed in with sci-fi in such a fun way. So they're dealing with werewolves, but more often than not, you find out it's, something extraterrestrial, and this was another being from another planet that And that's where we get werewolves from. And I just always thought that was so cool. The way they did
I don't
that.
know what it is, but this show has made me so like try to figure out the patterns. I was like, werewolf, wolf, bad wolf, is it coming back? Oh my god! And it kind of did hint a little bit at that, I suppose, when they talked about the wolf was like, I see the sun in you. I forgot the line that he said specifically, which was like, of course, when the TARDIS goes in. Someone in my chat, Tricky, if you're in there, you could probably say this more eloquently.
Tricky's
But
so good.
Captain Jack said something about like when she was so bright and something about the sun, and so that was kind of like a nice little tie-in for that. So that was really interesting. Plus, this episode did have a lot of elements that I really like in stories, which is family, duty, honor, and a lot of it, and maybe just because it's like early Britain times with the Queen, and you have the soldiers, and I mean, seeing a wife and a husband protect each other was like, dang, I want that. I mean, I have that.
I was gonna say you have that, but it hits you right in the feels, right? Because you're like, oh, you can picture yourself in that situation because you have that. So it's like a crazy, like, if that ever happened, what you both would do for each other. Yeah. And it makes it more emotional.
Yeah. And it wasn't just like the male doing it, because I feel like we see a lot of that happening, but it was also like Lady Isabel when it was her in the kitchen with the maids, and she is so smart. She actually figured out, oh, what's around their necks? It's mistletoe. That must be how they protect themselves. All right, ladies, let's go do this. I'm going to protect my husband. I don't know if he's alive, but I'm going to do everything I can. Which
Exactly. And I absolutely love that. Oh my God. There was another female character that is dynamic and smart, and there is a partner with her husband. It's amazing what wonderful female characters can be written if they stop with their like strong female character nonsense.
I mean, she was strong in so many different ways. And
so many.
I mean, Rose would have died without her.
Yes, absolutely. She was very observant. She was incredibly brave through all of that. She was there to protect, like you said, her husband, her family, and then her staff. Like, she saw her entire staff as her family, and she was like, no, I'm protecting my family. Like, that was a really well-written character. And she ended up surviving in the end, and her husband sacrificed himself for her, which was like, oh my God.
Yeah. And I like the way that he kind of sacrificed himself, because obviously he was called out by the captain, I forgot his name, Captain Reynolds.
Yes.
And said, you committed treason, which I think during those times, especially honor, especially with wealthy people, means a lot. So when you commit crimes, obviously that's besmirching your family name. And him sacrificing himself in the end to protect his queen kind of rewrites what wrong he did. And that was probably the only way he could have made sure his family was okay in the end in terms of honoring that name.
Right. And yeah, exactly. So they don't have sort of like a besmirched mark on the family name, which is it was kind of cool that was important to people at one point. It's kind of neat.
Well, it's reputation. And we see it even today with corporations. It's just different.
It's different. And also they're shady and I don't trust them.
Well, I mean, it's so different. Like, Rose was naked.
That was so funny when she gets out of the TARDIS, and I love how the Queen just takes all in stride, though. She's like, I have daughters. I've seen but it was so funny. I've seen it all. It was like no big deal, but
you only see her arms. That's it. Not even her full arms.
I know. It's so funny how times change like that, though, right? Like back then, they would have been like, oh my God, this is very untoward, as Keanu would say.
Yeah. And that it came up several times in such a funny way. It's like, oh, sorry, I'm naked.
I know. And then she never got to get dressed. Is like my favorite part of that whole episode is she never got to get fully dressed.
That's so true.
I know. She was going to put on that pretty dress. And I was like, ooh, yes, I want to see her in that. And then the werewolf attacks and she doesn't get to put anything on.
Yeah, she stays in the overalls the entire time.
I know. Which, by the way, they're cute. It really made me want a pair of overalls Right? I need some overalls. Andrew Thomas, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. He says the actress who plays Queen Victoria was also in a classic Who story, The Faceless Ones, where her character would have been a companion. That is such a cool tie-in. I love that they do that. And Andrew, thank you for pointing that out, because I would not have known. I know, obviously, in the next episode, we see someone come back from Classic Who, but that's, they straight up tell you that. With that, you wouldn't have known. That's awesome. And Zach, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. He says, I'd only recommend season 3 of Torchwood, Children of Earth. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I do remember liking all of it. I'm curious if rewatching it, I'll feel differently. And maybe season 3 is the best season? I don't know. But it is a good show. I do really like it. And then Tricky, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. He said, you burn brighter than the sun. The call back to her taking in the heart of the TARDIS to save Captain Jack. That's what it was. You burn brighter than the sun. I remember now. Thank you. Of course, Tricky would know.
Yeah. I also think it's interesting that there's remnants of the TARDIS's mark or energy that's in Rose. And obviously that's not something that happens often, where the TARDIS is energy goes into human beings, because they can't handle that. So she has like a little piece of the Doctor with her always. Yes. Which we can talk about that in the next episode.
We can talk about that in the next episode.
Future part.
Yeah. This episode is really good, but you're right. The next episode gets into so much. I do like it better. It's such a good episode. Even though I like that they spend time jumping around in history. It's not all in the future. It's not all science fiction. They go back, and I love that they tackle the history elements of stuff a lot as well. Xander's Rants, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. He just says, what? Hi, Xander. Welcome to the stream. We're talking Doctor Who.
Yeah, this episode was an interesting mix of lighthearted, obviously Rose and the Doctor being so excited to go on these adventures together. A lot of banter. I feel like there's more banter with David Tennant than there was previously with Eccleston. So it was nice to see the lightheartedness, and they were literally being like children the entire time.
My favorite is when they keep trying to get the Queen to say, I am not amused.
Yes. And he's so funny. He's like, I would never take advantage of, being a Time Lord for £5. 10 quid? Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
It is. You're absolutely right. They have such an amazing chemistry and rapport that she did have with Eccleston. Like it was, but it's like amplified with David Tennant.
I think because he's a younger model, as the Doctor.
He's a younger model, and he's also, super handsome. It's whatever.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, Eccleston has his charm too. I'm gonna go with that.
He does. I always say that he's an underrated Doctor, but it's so hard not to just fall like head over heels for David Tennant as the Doctor. He's just so perfect.
And I can't wait till Matt Smith. So I feel like that's gonna be my favorite, but who knows?
He might be. He's a very close second for me. He's fantastic.
So at the beginning of the episode, I was thoroughly confused when all the fighting karate.
Those like weird karate monk guys, they were like half monk, half, I don't know what that was, but that was hilarious.
I actually had to double check I had the right show in. Because I had no idea. I was like, this is seeming more Jackie Chan, than it is. Well, and I wasn't used to seeing the BBC logo on the intros too. So I'm like, oh, did I click the wrong thing?
You're like, this doesn't seem very British.
No, not very. Wrong genre altogether.
Oh.
And I mean, in the end, I feel like they only put karate in the first intro part, and then it was gone after that.
It was weird. I will say that you're right. It seems very out of place, especially with the whole rest of the episode. It was a very odd episode. Scottish Shaolin Temple. Yeah, exactly, Edgar. Exactly. We got a super chat from Gaza for 2 British pounds. He says, "Hello, you lovely ladies." Hi, Gaza. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the super chat. You guys are wonderful.
Meeting Queen Victoria. I don't know if she has like a reputation of being funny, but she was quite funny and like very smart, sharp-witted type of woman. I said it's because she's a monarch that she has to kind of be like that, so people don't walk over her. But she had so many great moments throughout the episode. Like you said about the kids, she like shut down the captain at one point. Don't get used to eating dinner with me. I will shut down my wit so you can feel better about yourself, or so I don't injure you.
Yes. Oh, she's so witty.
Ooh.
That's a skill. That is a skill that I wish I had. I don't have that skill of like putting people in their place like that. Like, it is so impressive when women can do that. When men can do that, for that matter. It's just an impressive skill to have.
I think it's hugely the British humor where it is a diss, but you can kind of like laugh it off almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, well, we see what disses are more these days, and we see them on Twitter all the time, and they're vastly different. They're not witty at all.
No,
absolutely not.
No.
And
I could learn.
You could probably learn it. I think if you hang out with enough British people, you could be a bit more dry humored.
That's it.
I just find
Disparu, we need you on all of our streams.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Can you just like talk to me all day? You critical drinker, mauler.
Yeah. Teach us to be witty.
I need to learn this. I need to stop laughing so much too, because I find they make these jokes and they don't laugh, and I'm like, but that was funny. Why?
I know. I don't think I could ever do that. I giggle too much. I'm such a giggling fool. Like, it's way too hard not to.
I don't know. Deadpan.
No, I can't pull that off, because then I start like, and then that makes me want to laugh more. Like, and then you ever get into those moods where you can't stop laughing and you're like laughing so hard you're crying and your stomach hurts, and like those are the best. And the more I feel you make weird noises, and the more I feel like I'm not allowed to do that, the more it like takes over. So if I had to fight it, it would just be ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not being myself, and I want to be my real true self.
Exactly. We want to laugh, okay?
Were you creeped out by the wolf man?
Yes, with his black eyes, and whoever they got to play that guy did a fantastic job. He was really good at being really creepy, and how they kept him in the cage like that. But it was weird because I don't really know what they were keeping him in the cage for. He broke out.
Oh my gosh! I had the same thoughts.
Like, he broke out, no problem.
I had no idea. Why was he in the cage? He was the person ruling over them, I think.
Yeah, it's what it seems like. Or they were protecting him, or like whatever it was. It just made no sense that they had him in the cage, especially with how easily he breaks out when he becomes a wolf. And it seems like that's when he's dangerous, not when he's a human. It was very odd.
Shackles are enough. You don't need him to be in a cage.
Yeah, I think that would have been fine. Shackles would have been fine.
But yeah, him as a wolf was really creepy. When we first kind of saw him with the maids and the staff and Lady Isabel in the cellar, I'm like, he's in prison. Why are they scared of him? I don't understand this. I think they did a good reveal of his wolf nature.
They did a fantastic reveal. And they did such a good job with whatchamacallit, his mouth. Those weren't his real teeth, right? When he was a man.
Oh, that was disgusting. Yeah, they were like really nasty, decayed teeth. And I made a joke while I was watching. I was like, oh, real British teeth, eh?
Turns out those are his real teeth. He's just British.
Oh, no.
That would be so bad.
Judging too much. I don't think they're his real teeth. The teeth like that, that's beyond usual British teeth. You know, I think teeth are usually at least clean. They probably just aren't straight.
I'm such a like weirdo tooth noticer that I notice everyone's teeth. You have such nice teeth, and that feels like such a creepy thing to say to someone.
Your teeth are so nice.
Such nice teeth. I tell people that sometimes. I'm like, that sounded real weird, dude.
You know what? You could thank my parents for this mouth. They paid good money for it. It sounds so weird to say that out loud. But braces do a really good job. I had like a severe overbite and overcrowding.
Really?
I pulled out some teeth, two, and smushed them together. So yeah.
I can't even picture that. Wow, you have, well, you know what? Kudos to your parents. She has perfect teeth. It was money well spent.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. But my poor children in the future. I'm sorry.
Does Mark have good teeth?
He has relatively straighter teeth than like when I was like a kid. He probably would want like braces, but they're not bad. They're not bad. So
all right, so maybe they'll pull his side a little bit more, and then
hopefully
he'll have some straighter teeth.
Either way, I feel like we're gonna probably end up having to spend a little bit of money. And I mean, it's one of those things. It's like when women get plastic surgery. Like I would love to get like if I get like really my skin goes sorry,
that was so funny if I get really
I don't know. I just think of like the gravity and like
well, yeah.
I'm sure there's things I would love to improve, and then your kids look at you and like, Mommy, why don't look at you? Well, let me tell you.
Let me tell you about some money that I spent
for a lot of things.
I want to find out who did Elizabeth Hurley's facelift, because that's who I'm going to go to when I'm 60, because holy moly.
Oh, is it good?
Oh my God. Yeah. She's like 57 or 58. And just in general, Elizabeth Hurley looks ridiculous. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. I had to see a 2023 picture.
She's like, I think she's 57 or maybe even 58 at this point, which is just like, how? I don't understand.
Great skin. 58 years old.
Yeah. Holy moly.
Dang.
So that's my goal, is to age like Elizabeth Hurley.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic surgery.
I think you can do it.
Take
care of your skin.
Oh, I'm like a psycho about my skin. Every winter it's laser season.
Well, and you don't tan, so that's going to be really helpful too.
No, do not go in the sun. But anyway, sorry guys. We can't help it. Two girls. Tangent. Yeah. It's a little bit of a tangent there. So anyway, back to Doctor Who. I don't know if I'm just getting used to it or if it's because it really did get that much better, but the CGI in this episode is so much better with the wolf and everything.
Yes!
It's really not bad.
Significantly better. And there was quite a few scenes with him obviously running and chasing and fighting that I was wildly impressed. I think the only bad scene was when he was on the roof, because I think the roof obviously was CGI as well. That was like
they didn't come together super well. Yeah.
No, but I can forgive it because that was an epic moment, because when they figured out, of course, that the mistletoe was in the wall. By the way, I thought it would have been Wolfsbane, but interesting change on that. And yeah, so I thought he was going to either come from below or above, which is I'm surprised they took that long to show the glass roof.
Yes, because you think that they would have foreshadowed it, but you're right, they didn't. They just were like, okay, yeah, by the way, the roof is glass and the wolf's coming in. And you're like,
surprise!
And I do like that they had a reveal that whole room was a trap for the werewolf, which was such a cool little...
Mm-hmm. Like it was at the same time that the wife had found out about the mistletoe, and then they were like, why is he so scared of this? And I mean, I'm not gonna lick walls, but obviously the doctor's a little more eccentric than I am.
That's one way to put it.
Figured out. I mean, I also don't know what mistletoe tastes like.
No, you know what? Oddly, I don't think I've ever even seen mistletoe. All I know about it is that you're supposed to kiss under it at Christmas, but I've never even...
I don't know what it looks like.
No idea. No clue. What the hell is mistletoe?
Maybe I should just Google that really quickly. Mistletoe.
I don't want to know.
Okay, it's like a leafy thing. Okay.
Does it look like... I don't know. I'm going to look it up right now.
It kind of looks like weeds, to be honest.
I would have thought it would have looked really cool.
Yeah.
No,
in any case, Yeah, it was very interesting because I remember at the very beginning they were talking about how the husband of Queen Victoria and the dad of Sir Robert used to like hang out, and like, why are they showing this telescope? Like, it makes no sense how this is tying into the story. That when it all got revealed in that moment with the story in the book, which by the way, I love how the doctor gave a kudos to knowledge in books. That was just an amazing moment because realistically, this is how we should be looking at history. We should be relying on history and stories because it's a big part of us. And I don't think that that's necessarily something we look at today as being a good thing. And yeah, finding out information, knowledge is power. Clearly.
Yes. And I think it's so cool to just sort of, this kind of sounds boring, but I love hearing about the day to day of history because it's so interesting to think about what people did in the day to day sort of before this modern way that we live. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird how we got here, and it's fascinating to sort of learn about how people lived, hundreds or thousands of years ago.
Yeah. I mean, in essence, simpler times, I think that is not a bad way to look at it. I mean, you had to physically work harder, but when I was up in the mountains every day hiking and I was purely exhausted every night, I'm thinking we probably did stuff like this when like maybe like 40, 50 years ago, and you're just tired from doing your daily tasks and you always slept well, and now, insomnia is such a huge thing, as well as mental illness and all that. So we're not exerting our bodies the way that we used to, like they did in episodes like this, because you needed a staff to take care of a castle like that. You couldn't do that
Yes.
on your own.
Well, because it was huge, and your whole life was just this one castle. You're not like getting into a car and zipping into the city. Like you lived there, and you had your farm, and you had to go to, I guess, probably the market to get your food, or you grew your own food. Like it's just it's so interesting like that. I feel like I don't know. I think I would get bored, but maybe you don't have time to get bored because you're too busy surviving.
There's too much work to do.
Yeah, you've
To
got to
make
do
sure you
stuff.
survive. And we humans need to work together in order to survive. So
Hear that, guys? It's a lesson. We're learning
yeah.
lessons when we watch these things.
Exactly. And I think
Ooh.
that's a great thing about the show, that it's very brings you back to just humanity.
Exactly. Exactly. And I love that. And you get to learn a little bit about history. It might not always be the most accurate, but you do like learn little tidbits. And I feel like some of those might be. Draco Arim, thank you so much for the super chat. He said, hello, ladies. If the wolf creeped you out, just wait for the Ood. I can't wait for the Ood episodes. They're so good.
Is this in the same season we're in right now?
No. I think the Ood come next season. Right?
I'll try to keep that in mind.
Keep it in mind. The Ood are very interesting and it's cool. I think there's like a few episodes with the Ood too. Yeah, that's not with Rose, I don't think. See, it's been too long.
I'm going to be so sad when she leaves.
Oh my God. That episode made me cry. Like cry. Like I cried when they went. I was like, no. But
like
we'll pretend like that's not coming. It is. And we'll pretend like that's not going to happen, and we'll ignore it and enjoy Rose while we can.
Didn't know about that. We didn't know about that.
We know nothing.
Ooh, that diamond. Oh,
imagine how much that would be worth. All I could think about was going back in time and stealing it and taking it to now.
Okay. Koh-i-Noor diamond carats. Let's just see what it comes up as.
I can't.
105.6 carats. 21.12 grams. I mean, holy.
That you couldn't even put that on your finger. That would fall right off.
It'd be too heavy. I mean, I wouldn't even want to wear it like in a crown. It'd be too heavy for my head. It'd be like I'd have neck problems.
Yeah. Oh, also,
insane.
Draco, thank you so much. That was your first super chat. YouTube just told me. Thank you so much. And we just got a little first gold boy of the night from Backhand. Backhand, thank you so much. He says, hi, ladies. Love and hugs. Hi, Backhand. Thank you. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about this episode before we get
Uh,
to the next one, which was
because I know.
awesome? I
The
know.
conspiracy of the Queen's family being wolf.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
That was funny.
She, I don't know what it was, but I almost found myself believing it for a second. I think the first time I watched that.
I was like, hey,
It could
families
be.
are a little inbred when it comes to royalty. So they're a little weird. And they said that she was known for having hemophilia, which I don't think it's common in females because I think it is, or is it? Yeah, it's not common in females. And the doctor, I don't know, this is actually true, said it's not, something that has shown in other family members of the royal family. So who knows? Who knows?
Interesting.
Uh, and I just thought it was funny that they're like, yes, the family are all wolves and they're going to come out in the 21st century and you're going to all,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That actually, you're right. That was a cool little moment. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. And getting knighted, that would have been extremely cool.
I love how she knighted them and then was like, never come back because I'm not dealing with your shit. Which I found odd because it's not like they caused it. They saved them. They just happened to be there, right place, right time. It's not like they came in and they were like, here's some alien shit for you. We're going to cause issues. Like, you're lucky that I don't know why, but I was a little annoyed by that. I was like, all right, so.
I think it made sense into how Torchwood
Yeah.
was created because a lot of humans do fear the unknown. And when these two weirdly dressed human beings come in, they're all giggly, kind of rude, and she noticed their accents changed. They're obviously lying about who they were. They still protected them, and I think that she did her duty in acknowledging that. But everything that comes afterwards, I still don't trust you. Kind of like a lot of things that happen in real life, I guess. I acknowledge you did a good thing, but there's something shifty about you, and
So
I don't like
never
it.
come back. You're never allowed. Otherwise,
So you are
Torchwood is
banned.
hunting you down. Yeah.
Which is so funny because if this has come through all the lines in the royal family, they obviously have known about the doctor, and we know that government knows about the doctor, but there has been no indication that the royal family has any links between the doctor and Torchwood up till now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which I
So
do.
I
There's so many details I keep forgetting because it's been so long since I watched it last. I think literally 8 years. I keep saying 7, but I think it was like 8 years since
That's
I've
a
seen
long
it last.
time ago.
It's a
Hard
very
to
long
remember.
time. Yeah, I can't remember all the details. So there's a lot that I remember, but not a lot of the small stuff. However, I do remember this. Andrew Matthews, thank you so much for being a heathen, for being a member for 1 month, for supporting my channel. You are awesome. He says next season is Blink will scare Xray. The Weeping Angels are some of my favorite episodes of all time. And that's with Matt Smith. You're going to love it. Love
Okay.
it. And see, now I can't remember if they start with Tennant and then go into Matt Smith, but I do know that they're in the Matt Smith seasons. It
Okay.
is so creepy and so amazing.
I mean, I've heard of them a lot through just being around the Doctor Who fans on like streams where I'm like, I have no idea what y'all are talking about, but I'm here for it.
But you will, like, that's the cool thing. I know it's so hard to watch something with someone or with like a bunch of people who've already seen it and they're saying stuff, but then when you do hear it, or like get to it, it's even more exciting because you're like, oh, this is what you guys were talking about. Like, it's so awesome.
Yeah. And that, well, hopefully it's all good. It makes me sad because I know where it'll eventually end off, but we still got lots of good stuff in between. So.
We got a lot of good stuff in between. And that's what I just focus on. I focus on these seasons were incredible. And then, well, and as I fail, and actually I failed this. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I fail says Doctor Who had a pretty good track record for being fairly respectful to actual historical figures, which is awesome, until season 1 of Dr. Karen. So
Yeah. That someone actually mentioned it in my chat earlier. They're like, well, especially because I think they did Queen Victoria really well. And I've heard of some of the stuff that Jodie season. I don't think that's entirely her fault though, in terms of the historical character. But I still don't like her.
No, it's hard to like her, and it's not all entirely her fault. A lot of it is writing, but a lot of it is her too. Tricky did say that the Weeping Angels start with Tenet, and then
Ah,
Lynn
thanks,
Green.
Tricky.
Hi, Lynn Green. Also said Weeping Angels get less scary with each appearance. New York was just stupid. See, now I don't remember that. Now when I get
Okay,
to that, I'll be
okay.
like, oh, this is dumb.
Chat. You don't have to. Don't reveal anything. Weeping Angels scarier than Daleks.
To me, I'm curious to hear from the chat too. To me, yes, Daleks should be scarier, but there's something about the Weeping Angels and the creepiness of those episodes and what happens that scares
Okay.
me more.
Okay. Oh, the chat is saying way scarier. Okay.
Okay. All right. That makes me feel better that I'm not alone.
Makes me so excited to see them. Okay. A season which season does Weeping Angels come in?
Is it season 3? Is it season 3, you guys, or season 4? I can't remember when they come in. So I guess they do come in during Tenet, which I kind of thought. Their story comes to a really big crescendo with Matt Smith, which is like, also I cried. There's just it gets so crazy. There's so much stuff.
In season 3. Okay. Thanks, Russ.
Okay, it is season 3. All right, thank you, Russ. So my memory is not great, but I still remember some stuff.
You got it, girl. You got it, girl. Either that or you've watched it recently without me again.
No, I swear to God, I'm trying to be good. I watched up to episode, I think 6 or 7, and then I stopped and was like, okay, no more until we get there. It's been really hard, but I'm trying.
I mean, I understand. Just every episode that I've watched has been great, and just feels like it gets better.
Oh, hold on. Draco, thank you so much for the super chat. Your guys' support isn't awesome. He says it is this season called Satan Pit. Wait. The Weeping Angels come this season? Oh shoot! See, I don't
that
remember
is
at all.
in our. So we are on episode 3.
Mhm.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9th episode. So in
Ninth
like 4
episode?
weeks. 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh shoot! Okay, we're coming up there quicker. All right. Edgar Friendly, thank you so much for the super chat. He said, can't wait for next week's episodes. One of the top rated is next.
Ooh, that would be episode called The Girl in the Fireplace and Rise of the Cybermen.
Girl in the Fireplace is awesome. Oh my God, that's such a good episode. Oh, Satan Pit is the Ood episode. Ood, sorry. Okay.
Ood.
That's
you know
right.
what's so funny? You put Ood and I think outfit of the day. I'm such a girl. I know it's missing a T, but like.
That was so funny. I don't know why that made me laugh. That was amazing. I thought you were going to say noodles for some reason because it kind of makes me think of noodles and I don't know why.
I thought I read it wrong every time. I'm thinking, like, why are people talking about clothes?
You're like, I don't understand. Yes, Girl in the Fireplace is such a good episode. One of my favorites, like heartbreaking, but so good. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. Oh, Carrie Mulligan was in blank. Okay. Sorry. Yes. Yeah.
That makes me excited. Oh, I can't wait.
It's going to be so good. And this next episode is really good too, is the back to school episode.
Oh, so good.
Imagine
So I
having-
had a premonition. I was like, Mickey's going to be here. I think they're going to have like some sort of school reunion. Obviously, I was wrong about that, but I'm happy it was there.
You were right. You knew that Mickey was. Doesn't Mickey grow on you? He becomes kind of this endearing character the more you go along, and you like sort of feel sorry for him, and you want the best for him. It's like interesting. He's an interesting character.
He has a good heart.
Yeah,
I think that's it. He just has a great heart. He wants to do right, and I think that he's been handed a really bad set of cards, and he's just I feel like we all can relate to him in a sense that when you don't want to give up on someone, even though you probably should, but you hold on. That little bit of hope.
Yes.
You feel for him.
Yes, absolutely. And he just, yeah, you're right. He has a good heart. He just seems so sweet. And he's always kind of there to try to help out in any way he can. And in this episode, he realizes that he's K9 and he's like, oh my God, I'm the tin dog. And you're like, oh no. Yeah, exactly. The tin doggo. But yeah, and I like that you sort of get, I really like the dynamic that they go into between the doctor and the companion in this episode, because we see Sarah Jane, goodness gracious, who was
Sarah Jane Smith.
She was a companion for the Scarf Doctor, yes, for Tom Baker.
Whoever the fourth doctor was.
And someone else. I know that she was there for a while, I think.
And the third?
Yes. I should have looked this up. But yeah, so she's from Classic Who, and you sort of realize that as you're watching it. And watching her and Rose sort of first being very jealous of each other, and then finally coming to the realization that they're living the same experience, which is not common, because how many companions has the Doctor had of all the billions of people that have lived throughout time? Not many. So they have this really unique shared experience, and it was really, it was Tom Baker. Hey, Front Porch Conservative.
Yeah.
It was good to see. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, it was good to see Mickey poke Rose a bit after Sarah Jane shows up and Rose starts to have doubts. Yes, exactly. And then even Mickey, I love where she's eating the chips and he's like, all I'm saying is you better lay off those chips.
Oh my God. And that's the first time, like, I'm sure Mickey had like hope, because that was literally his future too. She's going to come back from this. That hope that he had widened. Astronomically, knowing that she's gonna get dropped by the Doctor at some point, and he's gonna be there. I'll take care of you, babe.
Yep. He's like, oh, you're mourning the Doctor, you're missing the Doctor. But it is like, that's such a painful thing for the companions and for the Doctor, because the Doctor realizes, like, as he said, he's like, you can spend the rest of your life with me, but I can't spend the rest of my life with you. So he just has to watch these people, like, he either leaves them or he watches these people that he loved die. And then for the companions, it's like they get to spend this time with him and doing these all amazing things. And then they have to sort of just be left there back in this sort of mundane world.
But who could you date after being with the Doctor? And I mean, I don't even know if all the companions or some of them have like an actual relationship with them that is more than friendship. But even if at a friendship level, you meet such an amazing human being, it's hard to live up to that standard now that you've had it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and there's no one that could.
Yeah, she herself did not find anyone at that point, and she hints at it that she's like not able to have kids, but it'll be someone else's grandkids that I have to play with when she finally gets her goodbye with the Doctor. But I had fun seeing Giles from Buffy in this.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Oh, well, when we watch Buffy,
okay,
we will.
Point him out.
We will see him again in a role in school. I mean, he was a headmaster in this one, but in the Buffy show, he was a librarian. Okay. So
he just keeps getting work as the guy in the school.
Yeah. He just looks like a regular teacher.
He looks like a teacher you'd be scared of. They start off right off the bat with this episode being creepy, where he literally eats a little girl.
I thought that was wild. Right? That was really scary. And it didn't hit me that it got creepy till he was like, you're thin. I'm like, huh? Why would you comment on a child's look like that in that way and be like, oh, okay?
Because he knows he's about to have a light lunch and he's not going to be full enough.
This is like a little snack.
Oh my God. No, I know we're laughing as this guy eats a child. No, but it was you kind of forget sometimes that they don't show anything, but they sure, a kid got eaten.
Yup. How funny was it to see the Doctor as a teacher and Rose as like the lunch lady?
I don't know why, but I loved that. By the way, could you imagine having David Tennant as your teacher just walking in like that? Oh my God.
I just said, I'd have a crush on that teacher.
Yeah. I would be doing very unladylike things. It would not be good.
You would be dressing like I don't know which side you're on.
Like
this.
this. I would be dressing like this every day, and he'd be like, "Young lady,
You
please
need
go
to
home and change.
wear more clothes.
This is really inappropriate." I'd be like, "Huh? Too many hormones. You can't. This is why you can't have." I think that there should be a rule that you cannot have hot teachers, because what are the kids supposed to do? They're flooded with all these crazy hormones. You're freaking in high school, and like there's just all this insane stuff is happening to your body, and they're like, here, have this hot young teacher who just got out of college who's 22. It's like, no.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
No, this is not good for anyone.
And then on top of that, if they have a personality, it's like, well, what do you want me to do?
Exactly. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it was fun seeing him in that role. Talk to Rose. Well, it's just like, it's been 2 days that I've been doing this, and she's obviously hating it.
But
yeah.
she was eating a lot of those chips, and they did make her smart. I wish I had some of that.
Me
that I
too.
could eat, right? And then just suddenly you know things and you know math. That'd be amazing.
Me too. If we can find some of this, what do they call it? Calistrans, or what do they need? What's the creature called?
Oh my god, I knew it.
Krillitane.
Krillitane.
I have no.
Thank you. I was like, I literally just watched this episode earlier. I had like skimmed through it because I had just watched it last week.
Yeah. Seeing the Krillitane oil, if that was real, that'd be amazing. And I actually thought the oil was gonna kill every being, based on how you saw the first kitchen lady get a little bit smushed on her.
I thought it was acid at first. I didn't realize.
Ew.
But it was a cool explanation that they've changed forms so many times that they're allergic to their own, or like, I guess allergic, that's one way of putting it, to their own oil.
Yeah. And I like the lady when she got first like splashed, the other lady, Rose is like about to call the ambulance, and she's like, no, she just does that sometimes. She just accepts it. Rose accepts it. I'm like, I'd be like, no, we're calling an ambulance. She's obviously not okay.
She's not okay. That was so crazy that Rose was just like, all right, as she's in the other room screaming with freaking steam coming off of her skin. Like, what? Rose.
Who does that?
Rose.
Who does that?
Also,
what?
No, Tricky, I have seen that skit. If you haven't seen this, you need to watch it. Where is it?
The doctor as the teacher. I just watched it.
You just watched it?
Dropped that. Yeah. He sent that to me. I was like, okay,
yes,
I gotta watch that. And I like the whatever the Shakespearean line. A rose is in the name, after he changes that lady into a little rose figurine. And I just died.
It's been too long since I've seen it, but I do remember watching it.
Yeah. Ooh, what other good things happened here that was kind of watching the kids on the computer. It's probably one of the most mundane scenes that you could ever have, but they made it seem so scary.
It did. It had such an aura of creepy. I guess it was something about the bright green, and you're like, wait a second, this isn't right. This is not what's supposed to be happening. It was so creepy.
I would never have thought kids on a computer typing out things would be creepy.
They did
a
it.
good job. They did
did
a really good job. What else? Oh, meeting. Okay, so when we finally meet Miss Sarah Jane Smith, my first reaction, and I know you know who she is. Obviously, I didn't. I'm like, why is he flirting with her? It's not okay. Why would he do this?
You were like, on behalf of Rose, you're like, no.
Excuse me, you belong to someone else.
Yeah.
And then because he even says, he's like, I'm John Smith, and I'm like, I don't get this. I don't get this at all. So, yeah, when we finally find out that she was a previous companion, I don't know, that was wild to me. A companion meeting another companion. I for some reason thought like they would get their memories wiped or something. I have no idea.
He just
I
leaves
personally,
them.
I never thought of that. And I mean, for her specifically, she literally was left, which I don't know if it was she was chosen for a specific reason, for this episode compared to the other companions. Um, maybe chat would know that better, or maybe she was like the favorite companion of all the companions from prior to. But she does such a good job in the show.
She does. And someone said it in the chat, I can't remember who, but they said that she looks really good for age, and she aged. She does. She aged really well.
Absolutely,
She looked
she
fantastic.
aged really well, and I mean, kudos to her. I like the way that she interacted with Rose, the way Rose interacted with her, because you know, of course, they're going to naturally inherently have this like battling of who is the better companion.
Of course, and whoever is it. I feel like that would be such a weird situation to be in. You're like, wait a second, you were me, and I can see my future, and they can see their past, and it's like a weird clash.
And it's so sad, I think, for her to realize that, because she got mad.
She did. She got really upset. I think it was a defense mechanism, because she was like, I don't want to think about this ending, and I don't want to think about him. Because if you think about it, right, like there's probably a part of you that, like, if you met one of your or I guess your husband's exes, like I feel like it kind of would feel like that, where like, oh, he was with you, he told you he loved you at one point, you know what I mean? Like, it's such an odd, it's so odd and tricky. That's actually a excellent point. Tricky, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for the gold boy. He said, Sarah Jane confronting the doctor with, I waited for you, just hits hard. Tennant did a good job at portraying the realization of the effect of that. So you think that in that moment is really when he realized, like, oh shit, I gave them a life and then I kind of took it away. He just thought that she went on. He was like, nah, you're living your life. And she was like, you were my life.
Yeah. Well, and realistically, like, he kept on living. He found a new companion eventually, and he moved on. But because she was left so abruptly, she waited for however many years and nothing. And I don't think she really wanted to move on. I think she probably had all intentions to just be with him for the rest of her life. And I mean, it's not fair to her that he gave her no goodbye and that she was left the way he left her, because he could go back in time at any point to at least say bye.
Yes, he could. He could, because he can travel anywhere. But I feel like he does that. Like, he doesn't know, but he kind of does. I feel like he does that on purpose as a way of not having to have that goodbye and not having to make it seem like, yeah, exactly. It doesn't make it seem like as much of a loss, even though it's a big one for him and for her.
Yeah, yeah. And something that this episode that I really loved was having that story, as well as the story, of course, the Krillitanes, where the Krillitanes was giving the doctor, here's this option. You can have her as a companion forever. You know, you can be a companion forever to him. And then what was the other thing he said to the doctor? I forgot what he offered him. But whatever it was very
it wasn't to bring
tempting.
His people back, right?
Oh yeah, the Time Lords back.
Yeah,
which,
I was like, wait a second.
We know that that's a huge thing for him. He being the last of his race is very heavy on his shoulders. So having this moving on type of topic for the two story plots, it was very cool to see that, you know, as amazing as that would be for both of them to get something back that they want. Should they? It's such a moral decision, and they did it beautifully. You know, it's not right. I want that, but it's not right. And she, at the very end, she gets offered, do you want to come with us?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I need to move on. I need to do the right thing. And to see her do those both decisions so easily for something that you definitely know she wants to do.
Well,
like, she's a journalist, for goodness sake. She finds the weird and investigates it.
Which she probably started I mean, I didn't watch the episode. Sorry. I'm also looking up Sarah Jane Smith right now because Zach, thank you very much for the super chat, said, by the way, Sarah Jane was a babe, just saying. And so I wanted to look it up.
Back in the day?
Yep, totally was. And she does look phenomenal now. I know, I had to look it up. I was like, I need to see this.
Sarah Jane Smith, doctor. Who?
But you're right. I think
Oh, she does. She
right?
does.
I think she
Yeah,
recognized that that part of her life is over.
yeah. And I had a very emotional moment because so she got a spin-off from this show, The Adventures of Sarah Jane,
Mm-hmm.
and there was 2 seasons. And then at the very end, I find out because they wanted to continue doing the show, but because she had passed away, due to cancer, that they couldn't. And it ended prematurely. And then I like totally had bawled, and I'm like, why am I crying? Why? I love this character based on one episode.
But it
One
touches
episode.
you.
Yeah.
That's why it
Which is
does such a good
insane.
job. Yeah.
R.I.P. Elizabeth Slodden. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But
Sounds
yeah, it it was great to see her go from adversary to Rose, the current companion, and she poked a lot of fun at her. And I love that Rose did the same thing back. And then into actually finding middle ground and laughing about the doctor and the things that he does, and it was really nice, and actually pushing Rose and saying, hey, at one day if you need to reach out, I'm here for you, because one day she is going to get dropped and said goodbye to, and then she might need someone to talk about these things with in order to move on.
They should have a companion support group where they all get together and like actually whatchamacallit, like sit around with the chairs and have coffee and donuts and talk about the time with the doctor, and like that would be, I would watch a show of that for just maybe like a few episodes, like a mini series. That would be so funny.
That'd be funny.
Like however many you could get together.
Mhm.
Deranged Lunatic, thank you very much for the super chat. He said Sarah Jane had her own spin-off series. Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier. Or just like a minute ago, really. Sarah Jane, whatchamacallit?
Smith.
Chronicles of Sarah Jane Smith? Is that what it was called? Why is all of a sudden...
I don't remember.
I'm so tired today for some reason. My brain is like...
Sarah Jane Smith spin-off.
Or The Adventures of Sarah Jane, or something like
The
that.
Sarah Jane Adventures.
That's what it was. Sarah Jane Adventures, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, like group therapy. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it would be.
It would be great, because I think that the only way you can kind of move on from him is being with people who have been with him. You can kind of live off adventures and stories between each other, and you're never going to go to as they have said, see the Loch Ness monster, werewolves, the queen from the past, 5 billion years in the future, the last human skin.
The last humans watching the earth explode, like those are all experiences you'll just never, ever, ever be able to have again. Life would seem so boring after that.
Very mundane, and nothing ever will match up excitingly with. I personally don't like that much excitement, but hey, some people do. Like, they get excited seeing a freaking werewolf.
That'd be so cool. I feel like that'd be one of those things where I'd be freaking out, but at the same time, I'd be like, oh man, when am I ever going to get to see this again? Like, is this a real life thing that I actually get to witness? And then all that adrenaline.
Yeah, yeah. I also like when we met the K9 unit.
How cute is K9? His little ears. His little ears go like this. I love it.
Affirmative.
I loved it so much. It was so cute. I love how he's... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, I love how he sacrificed himself for the group.
Yeah, and I love that the doctor left him he rebuilt him and left him as a gift for Sarah Jane before he left.
Because that was the only thing that she had of him the last time. So it almost felt kind of sad for her to just not have a K9 unit when she left with that final goodbye. But yeah, I think he did good on that goodbye. His probably first goodbye.
Yes. Yes, he did. He did a good job with that. And oh God, I really like the moment where Mickey Smith was in the car and he was trying to get K9 to help him. And then K9 just kept saying, we are in a car.
We are in a car. Oh, we are in a car.
And then finally Mickey was like, oh, duh. K9's like, hello, you dummy. I don't know why that was so great to me, but I absolutely loved it. Yeah, K9 is really cute. I would love to have a little K9 doggo. That'd be adorable.
Mm-hmm. Um, the when they asked Sarah Jane to come on the adventures with them again, Mickey self-inserts himself into an adventure. Looking at Rose's face. Oh my God.
Not here because I feel like the doctor is her thing. That's her experience. She does not want him there. She's honestly, I kind of feel like trying to escape a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. This is further making us love him more.
I know.
The pity card is on full blast
I know.
for him. And poor Mickey. I'm very interested to see how the dynamics are having Mickey on an adventure, because I don't think it's going to go well. I think a fight will happen between them. Will it be a fight that really breaks them apart? I don't know. Because the other thing is, Mickey will always forgive her, especially if she is sad.
I'm saying nothing. I'm saying
like, I
absolutely
cannot
nothing.
Participate in this conversation due to my knowledge of what happens.
But I think you're really gonna like sort of what happens, honestly, actually. That's the only thing I'll say. That's all I'll say. Mickey comes into his own in a way that you wouldn't expect.
He becomes a man.
He becomes a man. He becomes Ricky.
Oh my God.
Andrew Thomas, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Andrew said there is a companion support group in Dr. Karen's final story with all of the classic and current companions. It was Dr. Karen's best episode. Damn, am I actually going to go back and watch that episode maybe?
Oh, wait, are we saying this facetiously, or is this actually?
I don't know if that's a real thing. I think it's a real thing.
Because, I mean, see, that's the thing. Knowing that it's part of Jodie's run makes me not want to watch it.
I know, but
because
now
I would have loved that.
Just have that one.
I could watch it if you truly think it's good, Andrew Thomas. You know, let me know, because oh no, they're watching ads right now. Fudge.
I hate that. Wait a second. So YouTube doesn't have a thing where if you are a member, you don't get ads?
Well, I mean, I pay for YouTube Premium, so I'm not getting ads. But I guess if you don't have Premium, I don't know if for members you don't get ads. But Andrew he's a member, so why is he getting ads?
That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't be getting ads if you're a member. That's YouTube. Come on, man.
Wait, Jabuzz. Next week's second episode is a 2-parter. Is it actually?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right? Isn't it?
So The Girl in the Fireplace and Rise of the Cybermen are together.
No, Girl in the Fireplace is separate. Rise of the Fireplace and the next one, the what's it called?
So do we need to watch 3 episodes next
week?
Okay,
yeah. So we'll need to watch 3 next week. So we'll watch Girl in the Fireplace, and then we'll do the 2 after that.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's gonna be, yeah. Okay. Rise is gonna be 3-parter.
Oh, not enough to make me watch Jodie's episodes, and then Thrum says, do not watch it. Oh no.
Oh, that makes me sad. That makes me sad, because I really, really, really want that episode. I think it'd be a fun way to talk about how crappy not being with the doctor is, and retelling probably some really good stories. And I think that if you ever wanted to do a retelling of stories, like great stories, that would be the way to do it.
Yep, that's how you have to do it. They have to do it just with not with her. And then Wakener 1 says just because it's her best episode doesn't necessarily make it a good episode. That's an excellent point. Okay, well,
cheers.
Maybe I won't watch it then. Tricky's like, no,
don't do it. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. But yeah, I think I have a feeling that the Scasis paradigm, the whole like God program, might come up later in the future. I think that is a very interesting concept, to have a program that makes you a god of the world.
I wouldn't be able to turn that down. I'm not a good person. As soon as I said that, I was like, really? But like, what if you use it to do good things, to make life good for everybody? I don't know.
So it's one of those weird things, and we can kind of relate it to today, that having things easier does not necessarily make it better. The internet as we have seen, has been really good in a lot of ways and really bad in a lot of ways. So,
True.
uh,
You would try
you
to
know,
do something good and it would be a disaster.
you make products, and incidentally, sometimes it's a good product, like Viagra. It was initially for the heart, but you get people like having the tap on your card. People steal people's information from cards like that pretty easily.
Yeah.
Uh, through means like that. So it's like incidentally you do wrong. So I don't know. I personally would not want to be responsible for people's undoing, but
No, you're right.
uh, I'm too emotional. I cry on too many things. It would just not work out on my for my favor. It's kind of like the doctor. He wants to do good, and yet people still die.
Mm-hmm.
Like realistically, that episode with the werewolf, I probably would have been so heavy-hearted watching all those people die due to the wolf. And I mean, they did a good job not making it bloody, but it probably was really hella bloody.
Mm-hmm. I kind of wish we got some blood and gore a little bit sometimes in these episodes. I understand why they didn't, but I kind of wish they did.
It would have changed the rating of the
It
episode.
would have changed the rating, yeah. I honestly, it would have jacked everything up for me. I would have loved it.
Maybe we could do like a remastering with gore and
Yeah, that would be awesome. Like when they did Harry Potter, someone did an edit of Harry Potter, but with guns.
Wait,
Like,
what?
Yeah, you ever hear about that? They did an edit, but they replaced all the wands with guns. I don't know. I don't think I ever actually watched it. I just heard about it, but I don't know if it's any good or if it looks terrible.
That'd be funny to see.
Your husband said, if you become a god, I've been taught to use the power of friendship and anime to take you down. Never underestimate the power of anime.
To take me down? Oh my goodness.
I don't know if he was talking about the power of friendship, rainbow lasers. Yeah.
I mean, why are you trying to take me down?
I think he might have been talking about me when I said I don't know if I could turn down being.
Oh, to take you down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's like every anime. We have to work as a team in order to take down the enemy.
Oh no, it would be Xray Girl and Mark the Cyborg against me. That would be a sad day.
Oh my God.
Day.
He would have a gun on his foot. Kind of like the what was that movie, Watchmen? Or was it Watchmen? No, was it Watchmen with the lady with the gun on her leg?
No, that wasn't Watchmen. What the hell was that?
It was another comic movie. Oh crap.
Oh my God, why is that escaping me?
Chat, help us. What movie was it? It was comic style. That's all I remember.
Guys, what was it? Isabella Live 2.0. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We have a new heathen.
Nice.
Yay!
Nice.
I love heathens.
Do you consider yourself a heathen?
Yeah, I'm definitely a heathen. Definitely a little heathen child.
Sin City. Yes. For me, it was Sin City. I'm sure Planet Terror has one, but it was Sin City.
Wait, who in Sin? Oh, one of the pros.
She's so sexy.
Yes. Okay.
Leg gun.
Yes. Yes. I remember. That was hot. They were all super hot. What's her face in that movie was like, oh my God. She's Ahsoka right now.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah. She was fire in that.
Which it makes me so sad because she looks so like she's such a great actress. Like she's such a great actress, and to see her downfall because of production, camera work, and writing.
It's not her fault. It's not her fault. She was so good in Clerks too. Also, yeah, she is. She's a really good actress. She's done a lot of really great stuff.
But yeah, it's a shame because I wanna see her in more stuff. Not doing the whole like female empowerment. I really like her as an actress.
She's good. Yeah.
Really good.
That's really all it comes down to.
I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else I wanted to say in this episode? This makes me want to see the fourth Doctor with Sarah.
To see their dynamic, right? Doesn't it? It does.
And I've seen more people cosplay the fourth Doctor than any other Doctor.
Yeah.
I also think it's iconic because of the scarf.
It's definitely it's literally, if when Joe was here right now, he'd just be like, Scarf Doctor, because that's the only doctor he ever brings up. Scarf Doctor. I think Tom Baker was my dad's favorite doctor.
Yeah. He's the one that introduced you to
Doctor Who. Kind of. He used to watch it, and then I watched it like later in life.
It's probably like how like my dad used to watch Star Trek.
Yes.
And I mean, I was bored as heck at watching Star Trek when I was a kid. So kind of watching it now, I'm like, I can see why maybe you were interested in this.
Yeah, like, it hits you, and sometimes you have to watch it when you get a little bit older, I guess. I don't know. When I was younger, I was watching, attention span. But also, I didn't have any way to watch it when I was younger.
Yeah, you have to watch it from like, it feels like you have to watch it almost from the very beginning in terms of like the seasons, and you have to dedicate, every Thursdays is Trek Thursdays. I'm going to watch it at whatever time it's on. Whereas now we get to binge it. We're so lucky.
I know, it's so nice. We can go through and watch like entire seasons in a weekend.
Whereas you had to go hunt and find the DVDs or the video cassettes, depending how old you are.
I would be really satisfied to find the video cassettes.
It was video cassettes back then, right? In the early... God. And this is nostalgia now. Did you ever have the red car that like rewinded your tapes? I feel like so many people had that.
No, wait, what is it?
So, because you have to rewind when you return video cassettes to Blockbuster and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we always we literally had a little red car looking thing where you pop the video cassette in and then you just close it and then it just goes to rewind.
I don't remember how we just have to press rewind on the thing. I don't remember that. That's crazy. It was like a red car, you said?
Yeah, I know some people had it, but maybe it's just maybe it's an Asian thing. I don't know. But
or a
either way,
thing, something,
or maybe a Canadian thing, because we never used the rewind function on VHS. I think there was a mysterious reason why. I think my parents said that it was bad for the tape, so it's always better to rewind in those things.
Interesting. I've never heard of that. That's so weird. And there are a lot of Asians in Hawaii, but I don't know if it's just like a different kind. I don't know. A different kind of Asian. It's regional, you know?
Oh, gosh.
All right, I'm not alone. Tricky also had just use a VCR. That's what I used to use. Yeah, okay, interesting.
I mean, it would make sense.
Like really little.
VCR. I don't know why we had that.
There was some reason, and they were like, no, you must use this.
It's better. Or it's good marketing.
You know what? Yep, that's probably what it was. Good marketing, and they saw that somewhere, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is what we're supposed to be using." Zach, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, "Watch Genesis of the Daleks with Sarah and the Fourth." Is the fourth?
Is
Tom
that
Baker?
episode name?
Or is he the fifth? Yeah, I think it's an episode name. Genesis of the Daleks.
Anything with the Daleks, you know.
Where is Classic Who? Do you have to buy that on DVD, or do they have that streaming somewhere? Do you know? I wonder. Anyone?
So when I did my extensive research into this, there is a streaming service that might have most of it, but there are episodes that are actually lost to the world. Forever. Yeah. Allegedly. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to literally buy a complete Doctor Who set. Couldn't find anything. Which is really sad.
That is sad. Wow. That sucks that there are some that you'll just never see. It was on TV at one point.
Oh, BritBox. Yes. BritBox has them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it that time, Nick? All right. Was there anything else that you wanted to go over with this episode? I know you have a heart out, and I want to make sure we can plug everything. And
it was really cool to see just UFO stuff in both episodes. Mysterious coming to this, although the werewolf was a complete accident. That they weren't meaning to go to that, clearly.
Yeah. Yep. But I do really like that too. I like that as well.
I don't know. I like the alien stuff because I love seeing them stretch their imaginative writing and bringing it to life. They've done a really good job creating not just one singular story, but stories around the stories, and having it come beautifully together. And yeah, I'm
They
really
do.
loving this.
They do, and they do such a good job of marrying past and present and science fiction with fantasy with real life. Like they do. They weave everything together so well that it's this fun story. Look at the big picture and you're like, this was such a cool adventure to go on. I love Doctor Who so much.
I know. And yeah,
So
Tennant
much.
is growing on me. He's growing on me.
Yeah. He it's hard, it's just hard not to love him. It's you love Christopher Eccleston and then he comes in and you're like, damn. It's like almost immediate. Yeah, it's crazy how quick it happens. Jay Randolph, thank you very much for the super chat. And the first super chat from Jay Randolph. Hey,
Nice.
Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Hi.
Nice.
Welcome to the stream. Guys, I want to thank all of you for supporting the stream and for coming to watch X-Ray Girl and I talk about Doctor Who. It has been so much fun. Next week, we're going to be over on her channel, and we're going to be reviewing 3 episodes, Girl in the Fireplace, Rise of the Cybermen, and then I always forget what the next one after that is. So we're going to be doing 3 episodes over on X-Ray Girl's channel. So if you're not subscribed to her channel, go do that right now. And then where can people find you? What do you got going on?
You can find me X-Ray Girl, Rumble, Locals, YouTube, Kick. I am not streaming as much because I'm trying to restructure my life. You can tell I've actually organized my room even more than the last time, but I'm trying to up that again. If you want to watch me react the episodes next week on my Locals, you have to be a supporter, but it'll probably be starting at 2:30 since I have to watch 3 episodes versus the 2. And I cry a lot apparently, and I when we saw the bats, I got scared. I literally jumped.
They were creepy. That was also another really creepy moment. You walk into the school and you're like, oh God, are those creatures like hanging upside down? That's what you always picture teachers are. You're like, no, they can't be human. They're evil creatures.
And at least these ones were. So yeah. So thank you, Zia, for having me over on this side. It was fun.
Thank you, of course. Yes, guys, go support everything she does. It is so much fun. I love talking about this. Xander's Ranch, thank you so much for the super chat. $1.99 super chat. He says Asian in LA had a red car tape thing. There it is. Look at that. Okay. We got another
that
one.
was me. Maybe it's an Asian thing.
Maybe it is. And I just didn't know. I needed more Asian friends. God damn it. God damn it. Guys, I will be back right here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Zia Next Tuesday. So come tune in. I'm also restructuring my schedule a little bit. I'll talk about it more on another stream. But I have the new schedule coming out starting October 1st. So I'll post it, and it's mostly going to be on YouTube. So if you guys aren't subscribed and you like my content, there's going to be a lot more of this. It's all going to be on YouTube. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys chatting and watching. Thank you so much to all the super chatters. We got another one before we end the stream. Xander's Rans, thank you so much for another super chat. He said, record player over time, physical degradation. Oh, right, with VHS tapes. Yeah.
So maybe it was a real thing.
Maybe.
Okay, my parents weren't crazy.
They were smart. They knew stuff. Aw. All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow night.
Bye.